Cam Newton 1-year deal to New England.
Yeah, very incentive-laden deal. Seems like you can get up to 7.5 mil, which is what's being reported out there. Good for them. I guess Bill Belichick loves Auburn quarterbacks because he's now added Cam Newton to Jarrett Stidham's QB room. No, I'm just kidding. But I think it's a smart play for New England. I think Buffalo still has to be your favorite in the AFC East. Cam Newton has not won an NFL start in his last 8 starts. That's over 2 years. So you have to be leaning Buffalo, but obviously Cam Newton's an elite talent.
He is obviously an elite talent, and that's why the futures of the New England Patriots Super Bowl odds at the Caesars Palace Sportsbook in Las Vegas, they bumped up because of Cam Newton getting signed. They went from 25 to 1 odds to 20 to 1 odds. So you're making 5 times less if that were to happen, if that scenario were to take place of the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, if you made that bet after Cam was signed as opposed to right before. Futures, they move around a lot, though, so that could dip right back down to 25 within the next 2-3 weeks for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, people probably saw Cam Newton signed and immediately wanted to bet it, and it probably caused the line to move a little bit. And I'm sure the longer you wait, you'll see it move again. Maybe not all the way to 25. Maybe it hits 23 to 1. Like, you just never know. But yeah, I expect to see a lot of line movement with New England leading up to this season. There's just so many questions there.
Well, one of the questions, Brett, that you posed to me before the show was, do you think Cam had been signed and the Patriots were trying to cover something up? Because this wasn't the only news that came out about New England this evening.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed odd that these stories were released together. Like, didn't it seem kind of odd to you?
The timing was a little too close, I agree.
But I'm not saying they both couldn't have happened today. I'm just saying, like, the timing was weird.
The rumors around Cam Newton and the Patriots have been happening for months, so the fact that this doesn't happen until June 28th, and then it happens the same day that the Patriots lose their TV crews for the entire season, are fined over $1 million, and lose the third round draft pick in the 2021 draft. It looks like it might be a little bit of a PR move where they were waiting to play their card. They knew something like this might be coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, I'm with you, Higgins. I think they might have been hanging on to this news for a day. They might really need it, and I think it came. Now, for the penalties, I think that's pretty significant because I think the Patriots were going to beat the Bengals no matter what. But they the third round pick, like, that's a pretty big deal for New England. That's where they draft a lot. They traded a fourth round pick and got Randy Moss once. So they know how to maneuver draft capital. So anytime you're penalizing them in the draft, I think that hurts them.
The Patriots are masterminds at compensatory draft picks, at trading to get value of draft picks to package later on. They really use draft picks and the NFL draft unlike most other NFL teams, and you are starting to see a shift of other teams be protective of their draft picks, kind of like this. New England, they'll basically let any player go for the right compensatory draft pick price. I mean, Chandler Jones went to the Cardinals and they got, I think, a second rounder for him. I mean, he's still an all pro defensive end, but you're getting good value in return instead of just letting a player leave during free agency, which is what the Patriots do time and again. But I don't want to be talking about their draft prowess. I want to be talking about the Patriots again infracting the rules and how this again tarnishes the New England dynasty that we have seen over the past 2 decades. Because we have seen the amazing tandem of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, but are they really all that they've been crapped out to be? Because they've been caught with Spygate, they've been caught with Deflategate. Is this going to be called Spygate 2.0? I mean, there's been a lot of circumstantial, interesting evidence that has popped up that show they do go beyond the conventional methods to get information and prepare for their opponents, and it's not necessarily an even playing field.
I think "Do Your Job Gate" because like that was the name of the docu series or whatever. That's what I'm going with.
Do your job, Gate. I like it. I think we can get some legs going with that. Maybe we'll see it trending on Twitter soon. Do your job, Gate. Come on, let's get it going. But the NFL did have some other news. I mean, NFLPA chairman DeMaurice Smith, he's not really that happy right now because Tom Brady, for one, players are continuing to work out at facilities, which is against the union advisory regarding health and safety with coronavirus right now. I mean, we saw the spikes in Tampa Bay with the numerous different sports teams. Tom Brady's continuing to work out with his team and with different players right now. I understand as a new player in a new system, you want to get as many reps and as much time in with those guys as possible. But as the veteran leader that he is inevitably stepping into that locker room to be, I don't know if that is the right move to be making. I don't think I can support that.
Yeah, I mean, Tom's at a weird spot where he's under a lot of pressure to perform this season. And he's probably feeling a little bit of that pressure, and maybe he's not making the I don't know, the best decision for his team. You're right. He probably should be taking some more precautions. But he probably feels that public pressure to perform. I think Tampa Bay is one of the favorites at most sports books. So there's a lot of pressure on Tom, I think.
At least at the Oregon Sportsbook, I'm looking it up right now.
So they're the fifth favorite on FanDuel. It goes KC, Baltimore, San Francisco, New Orleans, Tampa Bay. That's to win the championship. To win the NFC, it is San Francisco, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, then Dallas. But Dallas is America's team, so I'm sure they don't actually believe it's Dallas, but that's where the odds are.
In Oregon, the Bucks are also in fifth. It's Kansas City, Baltimore, San Fran, New Orleans, Tampa, Dallas. So we'll see. Tampa does have some high expectations on them. I mean, they even had high expectations last year with Jameis. So you have to imagine adding Tom Brady instead of Jameis only throws fuel on that fire in a sense. I think, though, that it is the wrong message that a veteran, many people will call him the GOAT of Tom Brady. He's sending the wrong message by not listening to the union because it hurts the union in terms of its own negotiating. We saw how the union did not do and get everything that they wanted with the CBA this year. I think Tom Brady needs to understand it's not just his team that he is a leader for, but it is literally the entire NFL and the players involved with it that they look at him and they see, well, if Tom Brady's working out with his team, you better be damned, I'm going to work out with my team. I have to get those reps in too.
Well, you know our stance on social distancing. I made you move to Oregon. So, um, yeah, I mean, I think you should be distancing, especially in Florida where it's spiking right now. But like I said, I understand an athlete's mindset too, and to be honest, I'm sure he's feeling excited for this opportunity, but I'm sure he's a little nervous for this. He has a lot to prove this season, and I think that's part of the motivation for all these workouts. Now, to your point, I wish he would send his offensive linemen out to. I won't use Oregon. I'll use Washington.